Jannik Sinner, a name that echoes like a thunderclap across the tennis world. A young Italian sensation whose meteoric rise from the snowy slopes of South Tyrol to the pinnacle of professional tennis has captured hearts and ignited passions around the globe. At just 24 years old, he's the reigning world number one, a Grand Slam champion, and a beacon of hope for a new generation of players. But his journey has been punctuated by whispers of injury and even retirement rumors that have left fans on the edge of their seats, fearing the loss of a talent that burns so bright it seems almost eternal. The latest scare came on August 18, 2025, during the Cincinnati Open final against Carlos Alcaraz, when Jannik was forced to retire mid-match due to a sudden illness that hit him like a freight train, trailing 5-0 in the first set and leaving the court in visible distress. A moment that sent shockwaves through the tennis community and sparked fresh speculation about his future in the sport. From a boy skiing in the Alps to a man conquering the courts of Melbourne and beyond, Jannik's story is one of quiet determination, family bonds, and an unyielding drive that has weathered storms both on and off the court. Today, we're diving deep into the emotional, captivating world of Jannik Sinner. Those heart-wrenching injury setbacks and retirement whispers that have tested his resolve. His age, family, net worth, lifestyle, and the biography of a young star who's just beginning to shine his brightest. This is a tale that'll make you feel the thrill of his victories, the sting of his struggles, and the hope that comes with watching a true champion rise again and again. Jannik Sinner entered the world on August 16, 2001, in the picturesque town of San Candido, nestled in the Italian Alps of South Tyrol, a region where the air is crisp, the mountains loom large, and life moves at a rhythm dictated by nature rather than the chaos of big cities. Born to Johann and Sigline Sinner, hardworking parents who ran a restaurant in the ski resort of Sexten, Jannik grew up in a family where discipline and humility were as essential as the daily bread. Johann, a chef with a passion for creating hearty meals that warmed the soul, and Sigline, a waitress whose warmth extended far beyond the tables she served, provided Jannik and his older brother Mark with a stable, loving home that emphasized the value of hard work over handouts. The Sinner household was one of simple joys, family dinners filled with laughter, weekends spent skiing down the slopes that would shape Jannik's early athleticism, and a deep-rooted connection to their Tyrolean heritage, where German was spoken as often as Italian. From a young age, Jannik showed a natural aptitude for sports, excelling in skiing and even competing in national championships by age 12, winning the giant slalom title in 2008. But it was tennis that called to him, a sport he picked up at 7 on the local courts, where his lanky frame and laser-focused determination quickly set him apart. His parents sacrificed endlessly, long hours at the restaurant to fund lessons, drives through winding mountain roads to tournaments, instilling in Jannik a gratitude that would define his character. "They gave up so much for me," he reflected in a 2024 interview, his voice softening as he recalled those early mornings, a testament to the emotional foundation that propelled him forward. Jannik's path to tennis stardom was anything but conventional, a road less traveled that began when he left the Alps at 13 to train at the Piatti Tennis Center in Bordighera, Italy, under coach Riccardo Piatti, a move that meant leaving his family behind and embracing a life of rigorous discipline far from home. It was a heart-wrenching decision for a boy so attached to his roots, but Jannik's quiet resolve shone through, turning homesickness into fuel for his fire. By 2015, at 14, he turned pro, skipping the typical junior circuit to compete in futures tournaments, a bold choice that paid off when he won his first title in 2016. His breakthrough came in 2019, winning the ATP Challenger Tour Finals at 18, becoming the youngest to do so, and earning the ATP Newcomer of the Year award. The 2020s were his era, reaching his first Grand Slam quarterfinal at the French Open in 2020, beating Rafael Nadal at the 2020 French Open in a stunning upset that announced his arrival. But success came with shadows. Injuries began to creep in, like the hip issue that forced him to retire from the 2024 Madrid Open quarterfinals against Felix Auger-Aliassime, a moment that left him in tears on the court, fearing it might derail his season. "It hurt more than my body," he said later, the emotional toll evident in his voice as he battled back for Wimbledon. The whispers of retirement started swirling in early 2025, fueled by a string of nagging injuries that tested Jannik's limits. After a grueling 2024 where he won the Australian Open, his first Grand Slam, defeating Novak Djokovic in the semis and Daniil Medvedev in a 5-set final thriller, Jannik seemed invincible, but his body had other plans. A persistent hip injury flared up again during the Cincinnati Open final on August 18, 2025, forcing him to retire mid-match against Carlos Alcaraz, trailing 5-0 in the first set due to sudden illness and fatigue that left him dizzy and drained. Fans held their breath as he was helped off the court. The image of the usually stoic Sinner looking vulnerable sparking fears that this could be the beginning of the end. Retirement rumors exploded on social media, with some speculating the cumulative toll of his aggressive schedule. Playing over 70 matches in 2024 alone might push him to step away at 24, much like Bjorn Borg did at 26. Jannik addressed the chatter in a post-match presser, his voice steady but eyes weary. "I'm not thinking about retirement. I love this game too much, but my body needs rest." The illness, later revealed as a viral infection compounded by exhaustion, sidelined him for the US Open mixed doubles, but he vowed to defend his singles title, a promise that brought tears to fans who've watched him battle through ankle twists in 2023 and elbow issues in 2022. These setbacks have been emotional roller coasters, each one a reminder of the fragility behind his unflappable demeanor, but they've also forged a champion who rises stronger, drawing on the support of his team and the memory of those early sacrifices. At 24, Jannik's age places him at the peak of his powers, a time when most players are just hitting their stride. But his maturity belies his years, a product of leaving home young and facing the world alone. His family remains his anchor in the storm of fame. Johan and Sigleind, now retired from the restaurant business, travel the world to watch their son, their pride evident in every hug after a match. "They're my everything," Jannik said after his 2024 Australian Open win, dedicating the trophy to them with tears in his eyes. His brother Mark, older by 6 years, is his confidant, often joining him on tour for moral support, their bond a quiet force in Jannik's life. The Sinner family is tight-knit, with holidays spent in Sexten skiing or enjoying Siglein's homemade strudel, moments Jannik cherishes amid his grueling schedule. He's private about his love life, but his long-term relationship with Russian model Anna Kalinskaya, which went public in 2024, has been a source of joy, the couple sharing sweet moments on Instagram like walks in Rome or cozy dinners. "She understands the life," he shared in a 2025 interview, hinting at the emotional support she provides through injuries and pressure. Jannik's net worth, estimated at around $20 million in 2025, is a testament to his rapid ascent, built on prize money topping $15 million, boosted by his 2024 Australian Open $3.15 million purse, and lucrative endorsements with brands like Nike, Rolex, Gucci, and Head, netting him over $10 million annually. He's invested wisely in real estate, owning a luxurious apartment in Monte Carlo and a family home in Sexten, and his foundation supports youth tennis in Italy, giving back to the sport that gave him everything. This wealth affords a lifestyle of refined simplicity. Training in Bordighera with coach Darren Cahill, mornings starting with espresso and gym sessions, afternoons on the clay courts honing his one-handed backhand. He drives a sleek Alfa Romeo Stelvio, a nod to his Italian roots, and unwinds with skiing in the Alps or reading philosophy books, his intellectual side a quiet passion. Travel is constant, jetting between tournaments in Melbourne, Paris, and New York, but he finds peace in Monte Carlo's serenity, walking his dog or enjoying pasta with friends. His diet is strict, lean proteins, veggies, and gluten-free options to fuel his 6'2", 167-pound frame. But he indulges in gelato on off days, a small rebellion against the rigors of pro-life. Jannik's biography is one of quiet revolution in tennis. Raised in a skiing family, he traded slopes for courts at 13, moving to Bordighera alone, a decision that broke his parents' hearts but forged his independence. His pro debut at 16 in 2018 led to his first ATP title in Sofia 2020, the youngest Italian to win one since 1990. 2023 was his breakout, beating Djokovic twice, winning the Canadian Masters, and reaching the ATP Finals runner-up. 2024 was legendary, the Australian Open title, #1 ranking in June after Roland Garros semis, and Masters wins in Miami and Halle. But injuries loomed. A hip issue forced him to skip the Olympics in 2024, and the 2025 Cincinnati retirement due to illness raised alarms about burnout. Retirement rumors peaked then, with some suggesting the physical toll might force an early exit like Borg or Barty, but Jannik dismissed them, focusing on recovery for the US Open. His emotional depth shines in moments like his 2024 AO speech, thanking his team with tears, or his 2025 charity event in Italy, raising $500,000 for alpine youth programs. Off the court, he's a private soul, avoiding the spotlight for simple pleasures like playing chess or hiking, his humility a breath of fresh air in a flashy sport. Jannik Sinner is more than a 6'2" tennis phenom at 24. He's a son carrying his parents' sacrifices, a brother bonded by love, a partner cherishing quiet moments. From South Tyrol's mountains to tennis's summit, he's played with a heart that radiates passion and poise. His recent illness-forced retirement from Cincinnati at 24, amid whispers of career-ending burnout, is a stark reminder of the toll of greatness. But Jannik's spirit promises a comeback. His story is a reminder that champions are forged in fire, rising through injury and doubt with the support of family and an inner fire that never dims. If Jannik's journey touched your soul, please hit that subscribe button and give this video a like. Let's keep cheering for the Italian sensation, Jannik Sinner, together.